So preparing for your Sacral Chakra meditation, just sitting with the spine supported in its natural curves. So you might want to be sitting cross-legged with your sitting bones raised a little and your pubic bone pointing down to the floor. Or you may want to be kneeling, maybe straddling a bolster, or kneeling with some cushions between your knees, supporting your pubic bone and your sitting bones. Or you maybe want to be sitting on the edge of the chair with your feet flat on the floor or supported on blocks. And just allow your eyes to gently close if that's comfortable, or lower your gaze down. And just become aware of the body grounding into the floor, through the chair, the feet, or the bolster, or the cushion, whatever you're sitting on. Becoming aware of grounding into the core of the earth, your body supported by the earth. You may want to bring your throat back a little bit and point the crown of your head up towards the sky. So you feel then that the sitting bones are anchored into the core of the earth while the crown of the head is reaching up into the heavens. The chest is nice and open, the shoulders rolling back a little bit, the shoulder blades sliding down the back of the body. The rib cage free to open, widen, and expand with every inhalation, and soften with every exhalation. Belly button free, belly free, gently directing your attention to the flow of the breath in and out. Breathing through the nose if possible, with the mouth closed. Just becoming aware of the breath's natural rhythm in and out. Maybe this would be a nice time to take a deep sighing breath in through the nose and out of the mouth like a sigh, as an expression of letting go of what's standing in your way between you and this practice, as a signal to your body and your mind and your breath that you are about to begin a meditation to the deep home of the self, Swadhistana Chakra, one's own dwelling place, the seat of the true self, where all the different disparate parts of the self come together. And just for a few moments, just watching the rise and the fall of the breath. So rising, the breath comes with the inhale from the base of the spine all the way to the top of the head. And with the exhale, the breath falls from the crown of the head down to the base of the spine. So there's that feeling of lifting and opening with the inhale. You can feel the ribs spreading, the shoulders drawing back. And with the exhale, you can feel this sense of grounding once again into the floor, relaxing down, shoulder blades sliding down. And trying to slow the breath down somewhat, adding a gentle element of control to the breath, seeing if you can make the in-breath and the out-breath even at first, and then perhaps even lengthening the exhalation a little bit so that it's longer than the inhalation. And become aware of your base now, the base that is supporting you on the floor. So if you're on a chair, it's your feet and your knees and your legs all the way to the pelvic bowl. And if you're kneeling or sitting, just bringing your awareness to the bowl of the pelvis, this lovely crescent-shaped anatomical structure. The pubic bowl, the pelvic bowl, just becoming aware of that shape of the whole pelvis, holding such precious gems inside. Becoming aware of all the watery organs that it holds in place. This pelvic bowl supporting the womb, the genitals, supporting the bladder, colon, supporting all of the abdominal organs. Becoming aware of the crescent-shaped pelvic bowl in your mind's eye. And just becoming aware of any sensations that may arise in this area physically, emotionally, mentally. And just being prepared to sit with those emotions, welcoming them in, not judging them as good sensations or bad sensations, but finding them interesting enough to turn your attention to them a little, but in an objective way rather than subjective, just noticing and accepting, no judgment or comment, fully welcoming all sensation in the pelvic area. And becoming aware of the sacrum, this beautiful triangle-shaped fusion of bones at the lower back, above the coccyx or tailbone and below the deep curve of the lower back is the sacrum, the sacred bone, a triangle pointing downwards, connecting you down deep into the core of the earth. Connected at the top of the triangle to the pelvis. The ilium bones at the back of the pelvis, joining with the sacrum at the top two sides of this upside down triangle. The sacred bone of the sacred self. And just becoming aware of any sensations there physically, emotionally, mentally. A lot of us have quite a lot of tension in the sacrum. Maybe you want to have a little wriggle on your seat now, just to be interested in physical sensation or any emotional, again, spiritual, mental sensation that may be found when we take our attention to the sacrum. Maybe it's hard for you to imagine these places. Maybe they're not places you turn your attention to very often. And just noting that as interesting, if there's no feeling or a difficulty in imagining those places. And becoming aware the other side of the sacrum bone at the front of the body. The space between the top of the pubic bone and the belly button. Becoming aware of an energy current or an energy circle or a sacred wheel of sensation. An area of intense sensation or an area of more sensation where the sacral chakra lies in the energy body. like a wheel of energy. And just become aware of this. On the front of the body, just directly in front of the sacrum, at the back of the body. Becoming aware that the sacral chakra opens at the front of the body and at the back of the body. So becoming aware of a vortex of energy at the back of the body, emanating from the sacrum out behind you. And becoming aware of this sacred vortex of energy coming out of the front of the body, roughly between the pubic bone and the belly button. And becoming aware of this as a wheel of energy going round and round. And if you can, becoming aware of the colour orange. This orange wheel of energy. And as this wheel turns, becoming aware of more and more orange spreading around the whole of the pelvic area. As if this whole pelvic bowl is full up with bright orange sensation. This pelvic bowl is carrying a great ball of powerful orange sensation, moving like a whirlpool, an orange whirlpool held by this pelvic bowl. And becoming aware of this watery energy moving around and rippling and whirling. And the sense that you can begin to still those waters in the sacral chakra area. You can imagine them as waters of the deep ocean. Imagining these waters of the sacral chakra as waters of the deep ocean. You can imagine the crescent moon, the symbol of the sacral chakra. An orange crescent moon, same sort of shape as your pelvic bowl. You can imagine this crescent moon sitting on the ocean waters and finding gentle balance on this crescent moon. As if when the waters of this whirlpool are fast and furious, this crescent moon is like a balancing boat. And this boat will rock from side to side, and the edges of the crescent moon will lower and lift respectively. And when the waters of the great whirlpool of this ocean water become more still, then the crescent moon sits with very little movement at its edges, the pointing edges of the crescent moon. There is less movement there, and there's a sense of centering and stillness, even on the waters of the deep ocean. And so you may be now in your mind's eye in this crescent-shaped orange boat. In the middle of the ocean, deep and far away. And you can imagine that the moon is rising over the horizon. The moon is rising over the horizon and shining her light on your crescent moon boat. Shining her light on the dark waters of this deep, faraway ocean. And she is offering you secrets of wisdom, of how to tame the waters of this sacral sea, how to find that sense of centering, even amidst the choppy seas of all our emotions, all our different senses of self. Finding centering as the crescent moon shape boat rocks from side to side, and you are able to sit in the center, watching the sides of the boat moving with very little effect on the center of this boat. And the moon is rising over the waters and coming up overhead in the sky, shining directly down onto your sacral chakra boat on the waters. And although the moon can be waxing or waning, full, new, or completely dark, this boat can find its balance using the secrets of the moon and finding the very center of this pelvic bowl, this crescent moon shaped boat, to be able to sit in the most turbulent storm and find center, find true self, and find stillness. So for the last few moments of this meditation, just use what imagery or what technique serves you best to find stillness and balance in your sacral chakra, in your own way, with your own breath. And then beginning to deepen your breathing. And preparing to let that go, all of that meditation, whatever it dug up, whatever gems you found, whatever interesting sensation or imagery, just allowing it to let go as you deepen your breathing. And allowing some movement back into the head and the neck and the shoulders and the spine and the pelvis. And then when you're ready, taking a deep sighing breath. And gently opening your eyes. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Om Tat Sat. Hari Om Tat Sat.